Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Coaster Dash. Today, it's kind of a sad video for you guys, I won't lie. We're here at Six Flags America in Bowie, Maryland for the final time. This park closes permanently after November 2nd, 2025. Today is November 1st, so we're here on their penultimate day of operation. This is a park that has always had a little bit of a dodgy reputation for one reason or another, but what really spelled doom for this park is just the fact that Six Flags and Cedar Fair merged in a one giant super company, and so we as the consumers suffer as a result of a large corporation not knowing how to run things. Yes, I know this park has had some rowdy guests in the past and things of that sort, may not be in the nicest area, but it also definitely doesn't help that now under Six Flags you have a ton of parks in the area that have always performed better and are just frankly better parks than Six Flags America. I'm talking King's Dominion is now part of the same chain, even Dorney Park. You got Six Flags Great Adventure, and that's not to mention the rest of its competition in the area like Hershey Park, Busch Gardens, Knoebels. So there's just a lot of parks in this area, and it's hard for them to keep up. And Six Flags hasn't really tried, I'll be honest. Back in the 90s was definitely this park's golden era. They added a ton of coasters here, but since then, it's just been a continuous downhill in attendance. My first visit in 2021 wasn't all too bad. And then I came back last year, and I would highly encourage you to check out that vlog. It was a really complete experience at the park. I wasn't intending to come back here really anytime soon, but when I heard that it was closing, and I appreciate that Six Flags also gave us a notice, I was like, okay, I have to come one last time, because even though it isn't the best Six Flags park in the world, there is a lot to love about Six Flags America, and I've always said it is one of the more underrated parks in the chain. It's got a very solid lineup of roller coasters. There's 8 in this park, and unfortunately I think the vast majority will close with the park. I don't think they'll be saved, relocated elsewhere, and the reason being is because a lot of them are older attractions. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure any large-scale coaster in the park will be saved, but as we head over to the different rides, I will be talking about kind of their likelihood of being relocated to other parks in the Six Flags chain. You know what's funny about today though, I'm joined by my buddy Lance.
Hello there.
And this is your first time at this park?
I've never been to a Six Flags before.
Yeah, that's so weird.
I don't think I have.
So first and last visit for him. My guy is deathly afraid of roller coasters. He won't go above 200 feet. I've tried my best, guys. But everything other than Superman, which is the park's headlining coaster, I think he'll be able to get on and he'll have a lot of fun. It is a Saturday. I'm not sure how crowds are going to be today. My hope is that there is a lot of people here to kind of give the park a farewell, get their last rides in, but we'll see. This park, I mean, another reason it's closing is just never was busy here. There is a lot of history here too. It actually opened as like a drive-through safari experience, which I didn't even know until recently. I thought that was really interesting. So it started out in 1982. Soon after that, they really developed into an amusement park. At one point in time, it was called Wild World, also Adventure World. I believe it became Six Flags America in like 1999 or 2000, something along those lines. So it's gonna be a little bit sad. Like, I'm definitely gonna be in my feels a little bit. I do love a lot of these coasters in this park. I actually think it has some coasters that are better than the top coasters at a lot of parks that are better than Six Flags America. So gonna be sure to get a bunch of rides on those. So let's head into Six Flags America one last time. Here at the front entrance, they have this banner hung up. It says, "Thank you for 50 years of family fun." Lance printed out his day ticket. Should he keep it for memory? No, I said in 20 years, maybe you could sell it for like $100.
It probably worked.
Last time walking this midway, it's actually a really nice first impression of the park. I always thought this looked great. All right, we're heading over to Wild One, which opened in 1986 at Six Flags America, but it was a relocation from a park in Massachusetts, so it's actually over a century-year-old now. For its age, I've always loved Wild One. It has so much airtime on it. Honestly, for me, this is probably the saddest loss in the entire park. The chances this is relocated is slim to none because of its age, and also it is so difficult to relocate wooden coasters these days. You see steel coasters moved all the time, but last time a wooden coaster was relocated was probably 2 decades ago or something like that. This is going to be a painful last couple of rides on Wild One, but it is such a special ride. I'm going to cherish it for sure. Up we go. First ride at Six Flags America. We're on Wild One, the Centennial wooden roller coaster. Pretty long line for it today, which is nice. Some nice fall colors. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh yeah, baby! Woo! Double down! Whoa! Whoa! Yeah! Oh, this kicks ass! Whoa! Woo! Whoa! This is not a ride that should be closing! Oh my gosh! Woo! Let's go! And we got our helix at the end!
We got off Wild One. I love this. Bro is standing outside with a QR code that says save the Wild One.
I don't want this ride story to end here.
Definitely not. Wild One, what a joy. That is an incredible wooden roller coaster. That has more airtime than Woody's built in the last few years. That is a painful loss, jeez. It's also smoother than so many modern wooden coasters. This has held up amazing over time. We also just met up with a super fan of the channel. We got Morgan here. How's it going, your home park?
Oh, it's good. Wild One, I feel sad because it's the best running and the oldest wooden coaster. I don't know if it's ever gonna get relocated. Yeah, that it has super powerful ejector airtime and the laterals were really good. Yeah, I'm gonna miss that thing.
I will too. I can't stand the fact that that's going. So up here we have Joker's Jinx. This is a Premier Rides launch coaster that opened in 1999. It's one of their spaghetti ball coasters where you just have a bunch of track going every which way over there. You also start out with a really fun launch. Not too crazy of a ride, but it is a lot of fun. Slow down up here. Oh, nice views. Oh, it's so jank. Through the rings. Whoa. Whoa. That's a lot of fun. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, yeah. That was a ride on Joker's Jinx. That was actually a really fun cycle on it. I thought it was running really well, and I thought the same about Wild One, so ironic that they're about to close down, but that thing is really, really cool. The launch at the start is not the most forceful acceleration, but it's good fun for what it is, and then you just have a blitz of inversions. You don't really know where you're going next. It's really cool. It does lag a lot, actually, in my opinion, especially towards the middle of the layout, but then it picks up again in the end, and that section is really fun. Probably my favorite part of the ride personally. Joker's Jinx, I think, has definitely a better chance than a Wild One at relocation. It's a compact footprint, which helps, but it's just an old, kind of problematic type of ride. Linear induction motors to launch the train, which aren't really used on launch coasters anymore, and there's a reason for that. I'm guessing this is gonna close down and they're gonna use it for parts on other LIM launch coasters across the chain. Like you have the Flight of Fear coasters at Kings Island and Kings Dominion. You also have Poltergeist at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. In order for those rides to live on, I think Joker's Jinx is probably gonna be a parts donor. That being said, I wouldn't rule out the possibility. I think a smaller park like Michigan's Adventure or something along those lines could really use something like Joker's Jinx. It was a good time. So now we're making our way over to this enormous chair swing ride. I was like, Lance won't do big coasters.
Yep, I'll do this.
This is too much for me sometimes. Like, I don't know, the heights on this is crazy. There's a wasp right here, and I'm like deathly afraid of wasps. So I'm waiting for this ride to take off. I need to get out of here, bro. Bye, wasp. Bye. Thank God we're out of there, bro. Beautiful views. Love me some fall colors. Woo! We're going up. Tallest ride at Six Flags America. Easy peasy, right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, I don't like this.
Really? This scares me, bro.
The way I'm graying out right now, no, I'm not kidding.
Take me down, it's so windy.
Oh crap, but I just remembered that taking us back down means we're gonna go back to the wasp. Go back up.
Go back up.
Oh my gosh, my heart. I can't get used to those. I don't like them. The heights are too much, but it was fun and the views were superb today.
It is really cool to see all the coasters, Jeff.
And the fall colors.
Yeah. It gave me more reason not to ride Superman, bro. I hate riding that thing.
Bro, this line is fat, but I cannot wait to get on the park's best coaster. This is an Intamin hyper coaster that opened in the year 2000. It stands 205 feet tall. It has a peculiar layout, to say the least. There's a lot of straight sections and elongated helices, and a lot of people wonder what the hell is this ride doing? Like, what's the point of it? But you know what? It's fast and it's tall and it's a lot of fun. Here we go. Superman Ride of Steel, by far the longest I've ever waited for this thing. 205 feet here on Superman Ride of Steel. My final ride ever on an incredible hypercoaster from Intamin. I'm gonna miss the hell out of this ride. They do have an identical clone at Six Flags Darien Lake in New York that you can still ride after this park closes down. But in my opinion, this one has always run better than that one. Whoa! Look at that view. Oh! Woo!
running awesome. Whoa! Oh, wow. Oh! Whoa! Awesome.
Dude, Superman Ride of Steel is phenomenal for what it is. I know it's kind of a funky, weird ride, but that airtime is legit. It runs smooth. It is so much fun, and I would highly encourage you to be on the front row on Ride of Steel if you have the privilege of riding it in New York after this park closes down. Yeah, front row is where it's at. That sense of speed is no joke. Sadly, Superman's chances of relocation is little to none as well. That one is just too big. It's too sprawling of a layout. I can't imagine that would even fit at another Six Flags or Cedar Fair park. That being said, I do think its trains will be repurposed for either Ride of Steel at Darien Lake or, and this is what I'm hopeful for, Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England, which, if you know anything about that ride, the trains are not very comfortable, and I think that would be a massive improvement to Superman the Ride, but more than likely, given that it's a clone, it'll go to Ride of Steel at Darien Lake. From the exit of Superman, you have your best view of Batwing, which I really wanted to dive into here. This is the world's last Vekoma Flying Dutchman coaster, opening at this park in 2001. It is an excellent ride. It's actually my number 2 in the park, just behind Superman. However, we will not be riding it today. It made its last cycle back in July. There was a derailment of the Zero car on the front of the train, so did not result in any injuries or anything like that. In the grand scheme of things, that was relatively minor, and they definitely could have gotten that thing back up and running, but it wasn't really worth it to them, seeing as the park only had a little bit of life left in it. Six Flags America since had this sign out in front of the Batwing pathway. You used to have to go on this long walk to get to the station. It says, soaring since 2001, this ride has taken its final flight. Thank you for the memories. So that marks the death of the Vekoma Flying Dutchman between Nighthawk at Carowinds, which closed down last year, and then Batwing, which closed down earlier this year. There is now no more old school Vekoma flying coasters. You can do a modern Vekoma flying coaster at Phantasialand in Germany, but it's a completely different style of ride that really doesn't resemble this at all. As much as I prefer the modern version of the ride, I actually also loved the old school version of the Vekoma Flyer. I thought it was very underrated. I never found it to be too uncomfortable. It was kind of weird because you were like out on your back and then you go into that flying position, so you're out on your stomach. For those of you who have never seen this ride before, I'll go ahead and roll a POV of what Batwing was like, as I came to the park last year and I was able to film on board that coaster. So enjoy the footage and we'll see you at the next ride. We are going up the lift hill for Batwing. This is a crazy ride.
Whoa! Oh my gosh. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa, onto our backs! Wow! Wow! Oh my god! Whoa! We got a screamer! Whoa! Whoa! And into the brakes!
All right, our next priority is we're gonna be getting on Firebird, which is a ride with a lot of history. It's not a particularly great coaster. It's a little bit rough and the layout's just all right. But I have a lot of respect for this ride because it was the first roller coaster that Bolliger and Mabiard ever built. It opened originally at Six Flags Great America in Chicago as Iron Wolf. Then it was moved to Six Flags America and named Apocalypse. Back in its old home and as Apocalypse, it was a stand-up coaster. And then they swapped out the trains in 2019 for floorless trains. Since then, it's been a little bit more comfortable, but still not great. So we'll see how it's riding. Oh boy, let's see how this is. I'm a little bit nervous. Superman looks beautiful from here too. Look at Wild One. Oh.
Wait,
whoa.
wait, I gotta...
Oh! Oh! Not too bad.
Oh, that was cool.
The world's first B&M.
Let's go. History.
Whoa! Whoa! Ow! That was pretty rough.
Ow, my head.
Whoa! Woo! Pretty long. And into the brakes.
Ow, my head. Ow, my head. Ow.
Firebird was decent. That was definitely the best cycle I've ever had on it. It wasn't too bad. If you ride it and you're prepared, you keep your head out against the restraint, you avoid a lot of the headbanging opportunity on that. I will say the corkscrew is difficult to enjoy. There is a lot of headbanging there, but other than that, I didn't think it was as bad as I remembered it being, and you gotta show it some love. I mean, it was the first B&M. That is pretty amazing. Oh, also, will this be relocated? Like Joker's Jinx, it's a small ride. It definitely could be relocated. I think Six Flags themselves probably know it doesn't have the best reception. Therefore, would they? My vote is probably not. It's also kind of an old ride, but I wouldn't rule this one out as impossible. I'm kind of like on the same wavelength as Joker's Jinx as far as will it be saved? I just don't know. The trains probably will be though. Behind me, we've got the spinning Wild Mouse coaster, Ragin' Cajun. It's a pretty standard type of family coaster. However, the one here at Six Flags America has a reputation for just, it spins a ton. And because of that, I'm actually not really a fan of it. I know a lot of people really like that it spins a lot, but it just makes me dizzy and sick. That being said, I do think this one has a great shot at being relocated because it sits on a small footprint. It's also a ride that I think a lot of Six Flags parks could use. Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in California, they just built one from the ground up not too long ago. I just had the opportunity to ride that one, so we'll see, but I think this is probably the most likely coaster to be moved in the park. Last coaster for me, given that it's original to this park, Roar. I know it's not the best wooden roller coaster in the world. It was one of, if not the first coaster Great Coasters International ever built. They went on to build some absolutely phenomenal attractions. This opened in 1998. It used to actually exist at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in California as well. However, at that park, Rocky Mountain Construction came in and renovated it into Joker, which is a much better attraction. I was always hoping they were going to do the same here, but sadly, that just never happened. And that's very sad, because honestly, that could have been what saved the park. That could have been that one big investment Six Flags could have done for them that really turned things around for Six Flags America, but we'll never know. We're on road 2 of Roar. It's past sunset now. I was trying to get you guys on for a daytime POV. It's not happening. Got some nice lighting anyways. Really pretty. Our final ride ever at Six Flags America. Oh my gosh! Whoa! Woo! Oh! Oh yeah! Oh, it is rough. Woo! Oh! Oh! It's falling apart. Shocked by how bad that was. I did it a year ago and it was fun. I feel like I've just had my insides jostled around so much that they have been rearranged. That was so rough. Oh my gosh. I don't know if it's because we were on road 2 specifically or what the deal was, because I did it a year ago. They had done some retracking to it. I actually didn't think it was that bad. So there's no way that gets relocated. It's not a good quality wooden coaster. Wild One is so much better. If they were to save a wooden coaster, I would hope it would be that one. But Six Flags America, man, I'm thinking on the way out about all the locals who have grown up with this park or maybe have countless memories here, and my heart is just aching for those people. Yes, there's other parks in the area, but still really, really hurts. Six Flags America, thank you for the few excellent visits that I've had.
I'd love for Wild One to be saved. That one was great. Save the Wild One. Thank you, Six Flags America, even though it's my first time being here. It was a good park, though.
Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Peace out.